Hey, this is Dan from Boujuke Productions, again with another video for this month here in September. The project is taste tests, or the theme is taste tests, whatever you want to call it. So I just went online here and googled taste test of things, and I found the stuff that not a lot of people have done here in at least America, and or taste testing products that are just everyday markets. And so I went, has anybody tested Wheat Thins? Not this. Yeah, they've done some snack reviews, and yes, ProZD did Triscuits, but they haven't done every flavor of Wheat Thins. So what are Wheat Thins? Wheat Thins are these wheat cracker snacks from Nabisco. And just kind of a note to say, because I apparently have to say it, I was a former employee of Nabisco. I was a merchandiser for like 4 months or something like that. So I've never had these though, so let's give them a try. And here's my honest thoughts of, I don't know what Wheat Thins are exactly still. They're like wheat cracker things, I guess. And I have all 5 flavors, so I just got original, something else, and then I'm gonna try this, and I got a bowl of hummus as well to give it a little bit of a zest to see if it'll be better. So let's go ahead and open this up. Go ahead, and I hate these things where you gotta like open it. Whenever you open it, it doesn't come out properly. You rip like half of it. I don't understand why people do that. I feel like I opened it from the bottom, but I didn't. It's just, I just, look how destroyed this is. Oh. There you go. Boom, Wheat Thins. Opening them up. There you go. Give them a nice try. What Wheat Thin there? Backside. Front side, back side, whichever one. Slightly brownish looking, doesn't have a much looking good color to it. It's really dull. You hear that crunch? Ugh. I guess it tastes like, okay, so Nabisco is like Ritz, Oreos. If you think of a Ritz is nice and buttery, flaky. This is the opposite. It's salty. Kind of tastes like cardboard a little bit. Has a bit of a weird like honey flavor to it, and I think it's because they put high fructose corn syrup in here. I can get the box again. The ingredients are whole grain wheat flour, canola oil, sugar. This has sugar. It's got 5 grams of sugar per serving. Cornstarch, malt syrup, salt refiner, leavener. I mean, it's close to high fructose corn syrup. Woo. But yeah, that's if I didn't have anything else in my cupboard and this is all I had, or maybe if I was having a stomach ache, maybe I'd eat a Wheat Thin. Try another one just in case. A bit hard. Is it kind of dry, as said, but original is just the normal original. And then let's dip it some with the hummus, just for good measure. And I just bought this hummus today, so it should be good. Just a little bit of light amount of hummus. I don't think this is the normal original hummus. I think it's like garlic flavor or something, so. You know what? That's pretty good. Then again, I like the hummus. I don't know if I like the Wheat Thin, but yeah, it's a cracker. You should put some meat and cheeses on it. Get some salami or some type of something on the charcuterie, and get some hummus, olives, boom. Or get some tomatoes. Get some tomatoes and put olive oil. That's the that should be good. But out of 10, I'd give this, well, this is the basic, so 6 out of 10 for what a wheat thin is. For regular food, I think it's more like a 3. Alright, that's gonna go over there. Next up, reduced fat. Now, I mean, I am getting there. You know, I could be a little fat, and maybe that's why I need reduced fat, but there really isn't any big difference other than that they're cutting the fat out of the actual product. Therefore, it should not taste as good or not as rich. So let's go ahead and open this up again. I'm trying to opening the box sucks. So come on. One of these, out of these 5 boxes, I'm gonna get one open. Looks exactly the same though. Box goes over there. Same thing, wheat thins. Put them up. They smell the same, they look the same, they're the same, basically. It's a little light colored, like, it doesn't look as brown. It's kind of a weird, whiter, yellower type. Same amount of looking salt on there. So basically, if you want a wheat thin, but you want to lose like 50% of the flavor, you want to get reduced fat then. Or maybe if you want to add a lot of toppings and you don't like the wheat thin flavor, then maybe reduce fat. So if you want to add that, like a little tomato basil, little appetizer, maybe a reduced fat might be okay, because then you don't taste the wheat thin. But if you're eating this by itself, you don't taste much. It's kind of airy, but I mean, it's not too bad. But I'm finding that I'm not liking it. These wheat thins. Let's get some hummus on there as well. Just a very light coating of hummus. Yeah, I found that the originals, you can still taste the wheat thin and the hummus, and now I just taste the hummus. So for wheat thins, weirdly, this is a I'd say 7 out of 10 for wheat thin, giving it a little bit of room for improvement. You know, it doesn't have the actual flavor to it, so. But yeah, I mean, with the hummus, pretty good. But yeah, if you want, you know, less fat, if you're like me who doesn't really need the fat, then yeah, you'd be perfect. Boom. Hint of sea salt. Now, I thought reduced fat would taste nothing like, you know, the original. Be like, you know, it's less the fat. The fat gives the leavening, gives it a bit more of a flavor boost to it. Hint of sea salt will cut down the salt. I do know that they were pretty salty, but they weren't that salty. They weren't like Triscuit salty. Like, I've tasted Triscuits where they're really salty. This might be better. Open this bad boy up. Smells the same because, you know, they all basically smell the same. And that's what a wheat thin looks like. Backside, and this is the front side. Also kind of light looking. I'm not sure why, if it was just because the way it was baked or if it was something, but noticeably less salt. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. Less salt on that one than the others. Ugh. So you know how I said that it was really hard? This is extremely hard. And I made sure that I got all the boxes to be not expired. Because sometimes, hint hint a little bit, when you're a merchandiser, you're supposed to rotate your products. You're supposed to like move them from the back to the front and put the new product in the back. But sometimes you just didn't have the time for that. So you just kind of left all of the product in and you just put new stuff in there. And at some points and at some stores, they just don't rotate enough and you'll find expired stuff. It kind of tastes like it's expired, but definitely a non-expired box. So it also tastes better than the reduced fat, but I'm missing that salt to have a bit of that flavor in my mouth. But instead I just have some wheat thins, and only wheat thins, and nothing else. No flavor profile. But maybe the hummus will make it better. So again, good light placement of hummus. Again, kind of hard. It's almost breaking my teeth hard right now. They're also quite thin compared to the others. Like, oh yes, they're wheat thins. Yes, I get that. But these look and they feel a little thinner. Very cracker, very like a really hard cracker type. Whereas the other wheat thins tasted more, a little spongy bit. But, you know, not like cake spongy, but like had a bit of a depth to it. These are really, really thin. So they're like half the thin size of each. Not great. Hint of sea salt, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10 for what a wheat thin is. And actual food, yeah, I'll give it like a 2. What's the point of these? Next up, ranch. I don't like ranch in real life. Hate me. Put it in the comments if you like ranch, but I do not like ranch. And so same things, just maybe more flavor. So, and also yes, wheat thins, there's only like 5 boxes. I did not get the bigs because the bigs are the exact same thing as a wheat thin original. They're just bigger. So I would get, I don't know, maybe get to put more hummus on it. Hey, you know what? I actually got the box pretty well for this one. Has some type of seasoning on there. Not really hard to tell. Also, once I'm done with this video, I don't think I'm going to be eating these wheat thins. So I might try to give them away. Or they might be garbage. Partially because they're not organic. They are GMO. So a lot of like Triscuits, they're non-GMO. Why are these not non-GMO? And they got like a bunch of sugar in a wheat thin, a cracker. Kind of doesn't make any sense. But here is the the moment I touched it, there's like a real seasoning powder on it. You don't really see much of it, but it's on there. Or it might be mixed in with all the salt and stuff, but so I said I don't like ranch, but this doesn't really taste like ranch either. You know that chip, sour cream and onion chip? It's like that without the onion. You get the sour cream, but also very dry, like super dry. Also just as thin as the hint of sea salt ones. They don't have real good bite. They're a bit hard. The seasoning isn't overpowering, which is pretty nice. So there's a bit of flavor to it. But is it enough to eat on its own? No. They're really dry. I need to get some water. But instead, I'm going to get some hummus. I definitely put a little too much hummus on this one. Some hummus. You know what? It's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. Again, seasoning's not overpowering. I don't know where I tossed the box, but it's gone. Kind of wanted to see what the ingredients were for the seasoning, but not bad, not bad. If you want to get, you know, any flavor to it and have good hummus with it, or could be going good with onions as well, or sour cream and onion dip or something like that, get the ranch one. I don't like ranch because, I don't know, it's kind of sour, very milk based, but this, pretty good. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. Last but not least, boom, tomato basil. Now this, I see this in my store when I'm going through. These tend to get sold out. They're pretty popular, and I mean, who wouldn't want tomato and basil crackers? Sun-dried. I don't think they're really actually sun-dried, but they're tomato basil. I love tomatoes and basil. I like my Italian food. So if this does not taste like it, it's going in the garbage. Last box to open. Ooh, look how seamless that was. Look how seamless it was. It was so good. Alright. In the box. Gonna open it. Easy open for all 5 bags, by the way. I've had some bags where you can't open it. And yeah, they're a very different color. They almost look like a multi-grain for this. So, ooh, yeah, this definitely smells more like Mediterranean, Italian, European-esque. What the heck does that even mean? But it definitely looks like there's a lot of flavor on these. Look at those. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Ugh, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's green. It's got little green dots. Very, it's like you put a bunch of your spices in your cupboard onto something. Like, it looks like it has a bunch of paprika, dried bits of tomato, basil, maybe olive oil. Yeah, no, it's not. There's no olive oil. It's like, it's all dry still. But let's go. It's pretty good. There's so much flavor in this here. It's like you're taking like a Dorito, like, you know, the Doritos, get that type of seasoning on it, and you put it on a wheat thin, and that's what you get. I'm gonna say that this is high packed of many different seasonings. Some of them might be bad for you, some of them are artificial, but still, that's pretty good. Now, will it elevate the hummus? That's the thing. Because most of them were pretty good with the hummus, and most of them are meant to be for party platters, and I definitely loaded it with some hummus. Let's go. Okay. So the flavors kind of clashed. They weren't very good. The tomato basil, like, as I said, think of like your Doritos, or thinking of like any of your really seasoned like chips and snacks. If you dip that into something else that has a lot of flavor, they don't really mix well. You gotta usually use plain something with something. So with the hummus, it definitely clashes. I don't think it works with it. Maybe if it was with something like a cheese based, like you take some good fresh mozzarella and add some olive oil, as I said, then you get that caprese flavor to it. But if you do something that's a little heavier, like hummus, which is made out of, I believe, chickpeas or garbanzo beans, something like that, all those flavors are just swirling in your mind. I don't think it works. So not bad on its own. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 as well. But not with the hummus. And could I eat a lot of these? No, a little too much. And also very dry. For how much flavor there is, it's kind of dry. So I'm gonna go over here and grab some of my water. Alright. So overall, that was 5 different wheat thin flavors. So taste test, which one was my favorite? Probably the ranch, which is weird because I don't like ranch itself, but that did well with eating by itself. It was good with the hummus that I had, and I could also think that I can make up some ideas for a little party platter. So that was it. That's a taste test for you. September, all of September is going to be taste testing, different things. I'm going to have my friends join me for some of them. Gonna figure things out here. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment down if you like ranch, comment down for whatever the heck that I might have mentioned before that, and I will see you in the next video. Now, what am I going to do with all these?